Yaama Yaama, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Rather Be Crazy Than Dumb with Rani Green, aka I Am The Glitch. Wow, it has been such a long time since I have done a podcast. So much has happened, guys, so much. And of course I'm going to share that all with you guys. As most of you would know, I went from doing the really big 70-day fasting in Wollongong, doing a shit ton of inner work, like detoxing my mind, my fucking spirit, my body. Oh my gosh, so many spiritual breakthroughs and insights and letting go of programs and like just rewiring everything. Oh God, it was a lot. And building my business to then moving into the swag, moving into Central Queensland, onto the farm that I bought into and living in my swag and just being like, I'm done with the matrix. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with all of this. I just want to be a woman and just let go of like all my responsibility and just not have to worry about any of that shit. To now being here in Thailand. What the heck? How did I get here? This is so crazy. I'm like even sort of shocked. I've been here for 5 months now, actually 5 months in a couple of days. So time has just really flown by. Wow. So yeah, there's a lot to share with you guys, a lot of experiences, a lot of trial and error, a lot of knowledge and just like teachings and wisdom. And there's so much that's happened. So I'm going to share it with you guys, but I'm just going to sort of in this episode explain how did this all happen? How did I go from A to B to C? It's so crazy. So I think like the big question is for a lot of people, why am I not on the farm anymore? Like life looked really good there and life was really good there. And that's where I grew my social media following. I went viral off a reel. So if you're listening to this, you might have found me through that. Hi, how are you? Thanks for listening. All my long-term followers from like all the accounts that I've got deleted over the years. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. So yeah, the question is like, why did I leave the farm? Things were really good and how the heck did I end up here? So the farm was amazing. And that was my if shit hits the fan, or should I say when shit hits the plan? When shit hits the fan plan. And I was just like, you know what? Shit has hit the fan enough for me. I'm out of here. Like I'm very sensitive to radiation, very sensitive to energy. I'm very sensitive to everything. So, in the hut up the back of my mum's, I was pretty safe there. But I just felt like I need to be away from all of this madness. I like peace and quiet. I like being in my own space. I do love the city and I love the matrix, but I prefer to be out in nature with the fruit trees and the animals and the sun and actually like clean fresh air and away from Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So I really loved the farm. The people that lived there, that owned the farm, and I sort of like bought into them owning it, they are just the best people. I absolutely freaking adore them and I miss them so much. So there was 2 guys around my age and then one of them had 2 sons. So that was just really beautiful, sharing the land with them and getting to experience life pretty much off grid and just living off the farm. And yeah, it was amazing. And waking up in the swag and listening, like hearing the birds chirp and the cows mooing and just all the different experiences, like stampedes of cows coming through at like 2:00 in the morning. And I'm like, oh my God, is this a freaking like zombie apocalypse? Like, what is this noise? And yeah, just sleep with the swag like open and just look up at the stars every night and be like, what is this? I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is like a, what do you call it? Like a firmament, I don't know what this is, but it's beautiful, whatever it is, and I can appreciate it. And life was really good. I really enjoyed it. And things really started to take off for me when I went to the farm. They really, really started to turn around. And yeah, that my social media went crazy. I received a lot of love and a lot of hate. And the hate really messed me up there for a little while, because I'm a very controversial, opinionated, fuck you, fuck the system, don't tell me what to do, like, person. But I just didn't expect to receive so much hate, and especially the hate, like what sort of hate it was. Like, I can understand people hating on me because they have a different opinion, but people hating on me because I was a woman with blonde hair, like living off grid or living, in the swag and living this different life, people just thought it was like hilarious. And it was mainly middle-aged men that were living in their freaking mum's basement, or not literally, but it was middle-aged men that I felt like I was living their dream, and they were just like, how can this dumb bimbo be living my dream and I'm like nowhere near it, and that just triggered the shit out of a lot of people. I trigger a lot of people, and I get it. And I think for me personally, triggering is just another form of inspiration. If I'm going to piss someone the fuck off, and it means that, I'm planting a seed, or I'm sort of contributing to their change, or like creating change for them, or like showing them like, oh, well, if I can do it, you can do it. Like, whatever way they're looking at me, negative, positive, whatever, as long as I'm creating some sort of change, or like igniting some sort of spark within them, then that's my job done. That's what I'm put on earth to do. My job here is to lead by example. Whether you want to laugh at me, whether you want to love me, whether you want to learn from me, join along with me, hate me, talk shit about me, whatever it is, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing the thing that I came here to do. I mean, there's so much more than that, but that's sort of it in a nutshell. So dealing with that amount of energy was just like a lot for my little sensitive soul. I'm tough on the outside. If you listen to any of my podcasts, you know that I'm like such a lover, and I'm like so sensitive and like intuitive and empathic, and like I fucking care. I care so deeply. So yeah, it hurt. And I lost some friends in the process. I had a lot of friends that were jealous. I had the evil eye. I had people treating me different, like I was a someone, because, I had X amount of followers now and stuff like that. I would confide in like my friends, a certain friend about something and how I was feeling. And, she would like take that and put that on her social media and like use it as her own, like word for word. And stuff was getting really weird with friends. And I just felt it was a really weird time in my life, dealing with so much hate, and then a change in relationships, and like just the way that everyone was treating me was just so different. I was like, wow, like I'm not famous yet, but I can't even imagine how people that are famous that aren't controlled by, the elite or whatever, how they would feel living that kind of life. So it was really weird for me. Like, it was really weird. It was really different. So anyway, moving on from that, I remember the first couple of nights that I was at the farm, and I was just like going to sleep, and I was like, thank you, universe. Like, this is so beautiful. Like, I love it here. I'm so happy I'm here. Like, thank you so much for just making this all work. And I was fasting, of course. And the universe said to me, gave me a very strong message, and it said, this is not your farm. This is not your husband, and these are not your kids. You need to leave. Oh my God, guys, I'm getting so much goosebumps as I say this. Like, the universe is like, yeah, bitch. And I was like, oh, but I just got here and I really like it. And then things really, that's when, my Instagram took off, and everything got really, my life was all happening because I had done the energetic freaking work, guys. I had manifested. I had been, fasting and building business and like clearing through so much trauma and so much shadows and so much inner work, and was celibate and not eating shit food, and not drinking alcohol and stuff like that. So I'd done the work, and the universe was rewarding me. And it was like sort of like this message of like, I know that you want to go quiet, and I know you want to just be free and just fuck everything off in the world. But you're needed, and you need to go back into the matrix. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps again. And I was just like, oh shit, here we go. And then yeah, things really, really took off for me. And the universe was like telling me like, hey, like you were brought here because this is just part of your journey, but you're getting a glimpse of what your life is going to look like in the future. Like you're going to have this one day, but girl, you've got shit to do. You have shit to do. So I was like, okay. And then I sort of was just like really ungrounded and like, what the heck am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. I kept going back and forth from Brisbane, Sunny Coast, Byron Bay, Gold Coast to the farm, and was just like an ungrounded mess of like, what the heck am I doing with my diet after fasting? What am I doing with like my business? What am I doing with living? Where do I want to be? What do I want to be doing? And it was like a really confusing time for me. And yeah, it was really, really confusing. And I'd already had some people sort of talking about Thailand, and like a friend that had mentioned it, and a friend that actually moved over there. And I remember I made friends with this guy in Sunny Coast, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm moving to Thailand. And I was like, what? Like you can just move to Thailand? And he's like, yeah, like because he was sort of back and forth. And I feel like that just lifted the limiting belief in my head of like, this is really complicated. You need a lot of money. This is going to be, you know, a whole big thing. I was like, this dude is just literally going to Thailand. And I was like, shit, I can just go to Thailand. So that was sort of planting the seed, and I was like sort of thinking about it. And then all this stuff just sort of like came up with Thailand constantly. And keep in mind, I didn't have a lot of money at this point in time. Like I was not financially stable. Business was like picking up and things were getting good, but I was not financially stable. I was not stable enough to get up and move overseas at all. So some stuff happened at the farm with a few people that were, I don't want to like talk too specifically because I don't want to talk shit about anyone. Not that there's shit to talk about anyone, but basically there was some stuff that happened, and I was brought into this, and things were sort of like, basically I didn't do anything wrong at all, but things were sort of just like a bit weird. And it was like I was sort of being not blamed, but like not liked for some things, I suppose you could say. There were some judgments made about me, some presumptions, I suppose you could say, that weren't true. The person just didn't know me. And then I sort of thought, okay, well shit, I don't really want to be living in a place where I'm not appreciated and seen for who I am, because I know who I am. I know the amount of work that I've done. I have more, you know, my values are so in alignment with theirs, but they just don't actually know me. And I can get why they're judging me, but, you know, I'm actually totally different from what I look like on the outside. So I just thought, you know, fuck that in a way. I was like, I don't really want to feel like I am being judged or I'm not really welcome here or whatever. So I sort of let go of the idea of staying there. And the building that I was going to, it's just like a shack sort of thing that I was going to renovate and like turn into a house, was just like they wanted to do something else with it, so it wasn't an option. So I was going to build something else off grid somewhere else, but like on the land, but in a different place. But, you know, things just weren't really running as smooth. I don't know. It just felt a little bit like something just wasn't right, you know? So I sort of let go of the idea of staying there long term, and I guess was just open to the universe and to what was happening. And yeah, I was sort of thinking about going overseas, I think. And yeah, I just felt like I was too big for this small town. Like I remember just sitting in this little park, right? And there's like a couple hundred people that live in that town. And I was just like, a girl like me in this town? Like, no, I'm too big for this. I'm like, yeah, I've got, even the universe is just like confirming that now. It's like, nah, girl, you got to spread your wings. And I sort of felt like a big fish in a small pond. I feel like I built up this beautiful life in Australia, right? Beautiful life. A great family, like really healed my relationship with my family after COVID and thinking that everyone was going to die in the family because of the you know what. I have the most genuine, friends, and just a beautiful community and a beautiful bunch of followers and just a beautiful bunch of just people in my life. And I really built up my reputation, my community, you know, people have a lot of respect for me. I built a fucking good life. I was living the dream off-grid, about to build a little off-grid home, and I was traveling and I was like living my life and just being so on my purpose. That's why I had to leave, guys. That's why I had to leave. Now, I just want to say, my ultimate dream is like falling in deeply, madly in love, and, you know, having beautiful conscious children and raising them with like no trauma and like no passed on trauma or health issues and stuff like that, and them just being higher consciousness beings that are just going to completely fucking change the world. And that's the dream. But for, you know, at this stage of my life, I had achieved the dream that I wanted, and I was like, wow, I feel like a big fish in a small pond. I need to be a small fish in a big pond. Like, I need to go international, bitches. I need to go with the big dogs. I need to like leave the comfort here and go into something more. So yeah, and I think what really defines like what I say a good person from like a great person is someone who leaves the safety. They leave the comfort. They leave the known. They're like, this is so good. This is so nice. This is so comfortable. And I felt my nervous system relaxing, and I felt really good. And of course, me being me was like, I need to leave. And my nervous system was like, why the fuck do we have to keep doing this? Like, I'm trying to fucking relax, because my nervous system is a wreck from 30 years of flight, fight, freeze, I tell you guys. I'm healing it. It's getting better, but, you know, it's hard when you literally have been a gypsy for 10 years. So I knew that, you know, I felt like a survivor, like an explorer. I need to leave my homelands and what I know, even though I've lived in England, I lived in New Zealand, I lived in Australia, and I lived all over Australia. So, but yeah, it was like leaving the known and going out in exploration for something possibly better. For the unknown, to go out into the dark, go out into the unknown and see what there is. Is there more? Is there better beyond what I have here? While still being super grateful for the life that I have and being like, this is fucking amazing. But it's like, but can there be better? And I actually urge you guys to ask, in what area of your life are you like, this is really good and whatever, but it's like, but can there be better? Can it be better? And you're allowed to go and try to make it better. You're allowed to risk it. This is what life is all about. And the people that take the risk, the people that go into the unknown, the people that step outside their comfort zone, the people that fucking stand in their power, the people that use their voice, the universe always rewards them. The universe is always on their side. The universe is always protecting them, always guiding them, always wants them to win. I tell you, the brave, the universe favors the brave. So I urge you to just think about like an area of your life that like where can you like step outside of your comfort zone for more? Like, you are allowed to have it all. You are allowed to have the best of the best in every single area of your life. You are, but you also have to be an energetic match for it though, right? You can't be demanding a boyfriend that's, you know, tall, dark, handsome, wealthy, blah, 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 when you are like not that good. If you're a 5 and your dream partner's a 10, girl or boy, whoever's listening, you've got to get on that level if you want that. So if you want your dream life, you have to become an energetic match for what that is. And that is exactly what I did beforehand, right? Last year, with the copious amounts of inner work that I did, and the copious amounts of inner work that I still do, and that I especially do by diving into the deep, looking at my shadows, doing the uncomfortable. God. So yeah, I was sort of seeing this guy at the time, and he was sort of just being a little bit in and out, wishy-washy, and I was just like, you know what, I'm fucking done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done with Australia. And I sort of was like, okay, cool. Well, I need to level up in my life. So I need to get clear. And this is going to be really good for a lot of people. I was like, okay, if I am going to be a fucking millionaire, and I can't even handle the little bit of money that is coming into my account and where my money is going, how the freaking hell am I going to handle millions of dollars? If I can't even handle what I have, I don't even know where my money's going. I don't even know where it's coming in from. So I got really clear on where the hell my money was coming and going and what was going on with it. And I looked at my bank statement and there was all these fees and all these little things. And I was like, what the heck? I was so mad. So I called up the bank and I was like, why the hell are you taking all this money out of my account? I was furious. And they didn't even speak English. And it's a freaking like one of the biggest banks in Australia. And it was just such a shit show. And I was just like, you know, in debt with Spur. And I was just like, fuck this country. I've had enough. I've had enough of being scammed by the government. I've had enough of being scammed by the bank. I've had enough of being scammed by everyone. Everything is so freaking expensive in this country. I was like, I am out. I'm out of here. And then the thing happened with the guy where I was just like, I'm done with Australian guys. I've dated most guys in the conscious community. I was like, I'm out. I'm fucking out. So I had some money coming in from some investment stuff. So I still had like not really much money happening. But I was like, I need to pull my finger out of my ass. And then I had some, money coming in from some investment stuff. So as soon as I hit my account, I just booked a one-way ticket to Phuket. Never been to Thailand before. Didn't even know where Phuket was. Didn't know where I was going, how I was going to make money, what I was going to do. I had no freaking idea. All I knew is that this bitch was getting out of Australia. If someone was going to scam me, it's going to be a Thai person. It's going to be like $10. That's fine. It's going to go feed their family. That's fine. I'd rather a Thai person scam me or rip me off rather than, you know, one of the biggest banks in Australia or the government or some sort of illegal corporation that's just getting the rich richer. Fuck that. So that is how I ended up in Thailand, guys. That is how I ended up. And usually I'm very sporadic, even more sporadic. And usually I book it like a few days after. You know, when I book it, it's like a few days. I'm leaving in a few days. I gave myself a month's time, and that would give me enough time to say goodbye to everyone, to like sell some things, to get rid of things, to get my shit together. And yeah, oh my God, it was a really stressful month. Don't worry, I kept my chainsaw, I kept my swag, I've got my car, but I got rid of like 90%. I'm constantly throwing stuff out. Like, I actually don't own a lot of things. Like, I'm such a minimalist, even though I don't look at it, I'm like a high maintenance minimalist. But yeah, in that month, oh my God, guys, I was stressing like a mofo. I've never been so stressed in my life. I was making money. I was making good money. Things like picked up in my business. Everything was so good. But I'm a stress eater. So I was eating and eating and eating and eating. And then I went to my sister's wedding, and it was the first time that I had gluten and sugar in like 7 months. And then I just went on like this binging rampage for like weeks after that. It was pretty hectic. And oh God, it wasn't good. It wasn't good because I'd just done so much healing, so much fasting, so much good stuff. And then all of a sudden, I was eating all of this shit stuff. But I just was so ungrounded. I was just like, felt so unsafe. And when you feel unsafe, you eat because you're like getting this layer of like protection of fat on you. So that really sort of messed with my mind a bit, to be honest, like gaining weight. But that's just being a woman, and that's just part of like, if I could go back, obviously I'd do things different. But I don't know if you guys know human design, but I just learnt mine the other day, and I'm a 3/5, which means that I am trial and error, and also like the savior, the leader, the one that people go to for answers. So that is why I share everything with you guys, because when it comes to fasting and detoxing and all that stuff, guys, I have made so many mistakes, and I am like, okay, this works, cool, let me try something different. Then I'm like, oh fuck, that was bad, don't do that. So I'm sort of like a walking, like living example of trial and error. But if I could go back, look, I definitely would have done things different. I would have been exercising more regularly, like building muscle, because now I'm a little bit soft because I fasted too much and I lost my muscle. So I should have been building muscle. So anyway, I got to Thailand and I've been here for 5 months now, which is absolutely crazy. But it has been such a journey, and I have been forced to level up, because if you want to live overseas, if you want to have a business online, if you want to live this sort of life, you have to level up. You can't hide from things. You can't run from things, because if you do, because everything is energy, right, then you're not going to be making money and you have to go home. So you have to work through your shit. And this is another reason why I moved to Thailand, because I knew that it required the most amount of growth. I knew that this would make me level up. This scared the shit out of me. I was like, stay in Australia and like, you know, live a cute life and still have lots of ups and downs and learn lots of lessons, or like literally move to a foreign country where I don't speak the language. I have to work online. Like there's no really other option, and level the fuck up. I was like, okay, I'll do the thing that scares me the most. So it's been a roller coaster for me since being here. I'm really lucky that I've had like a lot of friends here, and I had a friend sort of move over with me as well, like not with me, but like after me. So it's been really good because I've had a lot of people here. I haven't really been alone, but there was a couple of months where I was pretty alone, or like a month or so, and that was really dark. Oh my God. It was really dark, and the universe was talking to me with some crazy messages. Like my dreams were trippy, like seeing dead animals in real life when I was awake, and like there was just so much happening, and like I was just like trying to make it work, trying to just like do the work and and it was hard, guys. It was really hard. But I just let the universe guide me, and I just surrendered. And I think, I really, really surrendered when I got to Copenhagen, and I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with the stress. This sounds familiar, me like 5 months earlier with the farm. I was just like, I'm not doing stress anymore. I'm not doing, I'm worried. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm surrendering. I'm surrendering to the universe. The universe wants me to fucking win. The universe wants me to have this beautiful life. The universe wants me to succeed in my mission. It wants me to live in my purpose. It wants me to change the world. It wants me to be the best version of myself. It's on my fucking side. So I don't need to fight anything. I don't need to try. I don't need to worry. Because I'm at one with the universe, and I'm protected and I'm guided. And you know what? If this isn't supposed to work out, something else is better for me. And I actually called on my future child. Like I feel very connected to my future child. And I was like, hey, like while you're in the astral, if you want to have the best life ever, if you come down to earth, if you want me to be your mum, then please, for the love of God, help me. Make some miracles happen. And I really feel like that was a huge shifting point for me. And that was when I was really doing a lot of mushrooms as well. And I was like tapping into these energies that I had never felt before. And I was manifesting things like freaking crazy. And that was like really a turning point. And I feel like things have gotten significantly better in my life since then. And things have become a lot smoother. And even when they're looking a little bit scary, or like I'm not feeling as good or whatever, I still trust. I still have so much trust for the universe and this path that I'm on, and that I'm doing the thing that I came here to do. And I've actually haven't been on social media like pretty much at all. And the reason for that is like when I came to Thailand, I didn't have internet when I was out. So I got used to not going on my phone or like posting. And then I sort of just forgot to take photos and videos. And I don't know, I've been so present in what I'm doing and meeting so many amazing people and working on so many cool projects and been out living my fucking life. And I haven't really been posting on social media, but I know now is the time, and I'm ready to come back, because it's about pouring from a full cup. And, you have to take care of your own needs first so that you can pour from a full cup. So I feel like my cup is full. I feel like I'm at a place where I've learned all these lessons and, all this stuff, and I'm ready to share more with you guys. So yeah, I'm here in Pi. It's the best place on earth. I freaking love it. I live in this beautiful house that I manifested. We've got a water fountain. It's 3 stories. I live here with one other person. We've got a stream out the front. We've got a cat that we share with our neighbors. We've got the best neighbors. We've got the best landlord. We live in the most beautiful place, and I just ride my scooter around, and I go to ecstatic dances, and I eat delicious high vibe food, and I just have the best people here. But this is not my forever place. I don't think anywhere will ever be my forever place. But yeah, I am coming back soon. Who knows? I'm planning on it. Because it's smoky season here. So like the whole of like northern Thailand and the surrounding countries, like all the farms are on fire. The farmers burn them, and then there's natural fires because it's so dry and blah, 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 blah. So it's really dry and it's really smoky, and it's about to get really hot as well. So yeah, there's like no humidity in this part. So yeah, and all my friends are leaving. They're all going. So yeah, this is time. Like it's wrapping up, and I'm really excited to close this chapter and to start a new one. Will I live in Australia again? I don't know. I don't know if I don't feel safe there. I don't feel safe having kids there and raising a family there. I don't agree with the government. I don't agree with the tax system. I don't agree with the laws. I don't agree with Spur. I don't agree with the speeding fines. I don't agree with the parking fines. I don't agree with the whole fucking legal system, because it's fucking illegal and it's fucking bullshit. And, I just need to continue leading by example and creating the world that I wish to see, because that's what I've realized over the years is, and I'm sure I've said this in so many podcasts, the only thing you can do is lead by example. If I want people to go and spread their wings and live overseas and have an online business and fast and detox and do all of these things and like not be a part of the system, I've got to do that. So I don't know where the world's going to take me, I'm actually hosting a vision board masterclass, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm putting on my vision board. So far, I've got an engagement ring and durian. It could happen. Durian's out of season at the moment. Wedding ring, I reckon it could happen. Hubby's not getting the goods until he puts a ring on it. Maybe. So yeah, I just don't know what is in store for me, but I know that as long as I just listen to the universe and I let it guide me, then guess what? Life is going to be even more beautiful and even more amazing. And oh my God, it's just going to be incredible, more incredible than I could ever imagine. So I am just trusting the process, letting the universe guide me, and just trying to enjoy every moment and find a lot of stability within myself with routine and, structure and, morning routines and rituals and all that sort of stuff. I'm just trying to get really down pat on that and refining a lot of things within myself to be even closer to the best version of me and really dig deep and be like, wow, is that like, what's the reality here of what I think of myself and what I'm doing? And like, there's just so much. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's sort of where I'm at, is just refining everything and really getting ready for the next influx of like when I go viral and like the next stage of my life, the next stage of business, when I meet a beautiful, loving man that I'm just going to fall deeply, madly in love with. And I'm just getting ready and refining everything in my life for the next chapter. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. And you know what's so cool is that like you guys listening to this, like you get to see the whole journey of like the whole journey of my life. I don't think I'll ever stop sharing. I don't think I will. It's what I was put here to do. And when I asked the universe, like, what am I supposed to do? It's like, share. You need to share. You need to share more. You need to share more. You need to share your life. And I'm like, I don't want to be seen right now. It's like, well, you have to be. You have to. If it scares you, fucking do it. Oh, okay. Yeah, taking my own advice here. Thanks, universe. Taking the universe's advice. So, yeah, that's me. Thank you so much for listening. This is how I got from Wollongong to the farm, from the farm to Thailand, and then sort of what's happening next. If you liked this video, if you like what I do, if you just like the information, and if I inspire you or anything like that, then liking this, literally just liking this or subscribing, it does so much for me, because eventually I would love to just share my life and just get paid for that. I sort of do anyway, but so any bit of help, any bit of love, really, it does go a long way. So as usual, whoever you are, wherever you are in the world, whether you love me or you hate me, I'm just sending you so much fucking love. And just remember, you're not alone. And this is Earth school. Things are hard, but the only way out is through, and just, I encourage you, one thing I've been working on is just adding one thing to my one goal every week. What am I working on this week? I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to go raw, whatever. Just what's one thing that you can just add to your life right now that's going to make it significantly better? Because you're only just choices away from being the best version of yourself. It's right there. It's just about making some choices. So I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. The universe loves you. The universe wants you to win. It's always guiding you. All right? Just surrender. Just fucking surrender to the process. This is all just a game. We're in a matrix. You're not an NPC. You are the fucking main character. So start acting like it. Lots of love.